Mm-hmm. Yo! Good morning, evening, etc, 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 everybody. I get asked all the time if you can add me, so I figured I'd give some people a couple moments to add me here and there. So, if you did add me, congrats! So the deal today is, Gotenks is finally here. I've been meaning to do this stream for a while. So, I have, I think, every obtainable Gotenks card, or soon-to-be Gotenks card in the game, and I literally need to token all of them, and I mean all of them. So, I figured if I'm going to waste my time Dokkan Awakening 8 Gotenks cards, I might as well stream myself doing it. So, without further ado, let's go. Also, a big part of why I'm doing this is, so the new Fusion leader that came out, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Gotenks is like pretty much half his team, because if you've never rolled in any of the Fusion banners, you only have Gogeta and like Majub to pick from, so I'm kind of stuck with Gotenks, and he's not a bad card at all. It's just, on this account, I never took the time to Dokkan Awaken them all, so now I gotta do that. Unfortunately, Bandai did this thing where the new Gotenks has differing medals than the old Gotenks, so 3 of the Gotenks I have to Dokkan Awaken come from Phi Gotenks, and I think 5 of the other ones come from Tech Gotenks. As you can see, this is the team in progress I'm gonna have. When the Gotenks I have Dokkan Awakens into a Super Saiyan, he'll take place of the current non-Dokkan Awaken Gotenks. And the old Strength Gotenks Dokkan Awakens into a non-Super Saiyan Gotenks, so he'll take his spot. It's confusing, but you'll get the picture as we go along here. Brett side, old school Gotenks, not really worth a damn. I mean, you see this guy in Boss Rush, you could probably blow through him without much of a problem, so getting this part done shouldn't be too hard, it's just the amount of times I have to do it is the difficult part. So I'm just going to kind of rotate just fun teams as I beat them, because that's the only way I'm going to keep myself sane doing this. Yeah, I know, it's like too many Gotenks. Just know that none of the Gotenks I have are Dokkan Awaken, not a single one, and it's sort of upsetting that it took me this long, but now that I was forced my hand basically, so I have to do this now. 2 of the Gotenks at Dokkan are the ones we're fighting right here. Both of these not both these Gotenks, I should say Goten and Trunks here, both Dokkan Awaken into their own version of Gotenks. And surprisingly, they're not that bad of cards. They're probably going to be the last on my list though, because typically, every Super Saiyan Gotenks available is better than these 2. They're more niche cards. Is there any way to grind Elder Kai medals? Right now, I would say your best chance would probably be doing Bulma's event, the Find the Perfect Man thing, because you're basically allowed to pick a path, and if you pick the path with, you know, purple medals, you have a higher chance of it being old guys. There isn't like a 100% way of doing it, though. Took 3 days to Dokkan LR Goku. I would imagine that's slow. In fact, because of how... Okay, so when LR Goku first came out, he was inaccessible to a lot of people because you didn't have that many Super Strikes available, but there's enough Int Super Strikes now where you can do it very quickly. Yeah, I was going to say, Gotenks in your fusion team more likely than you think. I don't think it's actually possible to have a full fusion team unless you got super lucky in the fusions banner to not have a Gotenks card in there. He takes up quite literally almost half of the fusion cards. I mean, it's not really his fault. Gotenks is popular because he was fused with the fusion dance, and as there's only 2 Gogeta cards from the movie, there aren't really that many fusion dance cards to pick from. Yeah, and it's weird because this account is my new main account, as my old one got banned a long time back, so it just... I was basically forced into Dokkaning these guys. Oh, also, if you're farming LR Goku medals, I'm not 100% if Global has the 4th stage, but if you're doing it on JP, understand this. The 3rd stage is actually better for medal drops than it is for the 4th stage. The 4th stage has a higher chance of having Goku himself drop. With the 3rd stage, you have a chance of getting 20 and 15 medals, while I believe the 4th stage caps out at, I believe, 10 or 15. And they're also both 50 cost, so if you know how to time manage it better, you should be able to get it done pretty quickly. Oh, man. See, Gotenks may not be too hard, but he's still tanky as fuck, so I have to just go through all of his tanks. Great. At least he defused at the best possible Gotenks there is. Also, Dab Tanks here. Did you know he actually Dokkan Awakens into probably the best art of Gotenks in the game? Like, I don't know who they had draw the Super Saiyan Gotenks that Gotenks... Man, we're saying the word Gotenks a lot. Dokkan's into, but wow. Kudos to them, because it is incredible looking. LR Vegeta Blue... No. There's no way he'll take a spot as the hardest hitter. Because Vegeta Blue... If he... Okay, this is how you can't break a card like that. If you make LR Vegeta Blue the hardest hitter in the game, you have a card that can essentially possibly additional attack up to 4 times and counter like another 4 times. You're having a card that can counter an additional attack 8 times in total. If he does that 8 times, and he's the hardest hitting card in the game, you've broken the game beyond repair. So no, he won't be a harder hitter than Gohan. I'm going to try to switch back and forth between these two to break up the monotony of it. Even though it's basically the same fight with different characters over and over again. I know. There's too many Gotenks, man. It's just, it's too much. It's understandable, though, why he's such a popular character. I mean, so... When I watched Gotenks fuse into Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, that was around the Majin Buu saga, and I would have been... I want to say I would have been at the end of middle school or starting high school at the time. So it was sort of around the same thing that when I saw Super Saiyan 2 Kid Gohan, or Teen Gohan, if you want to call him, turn into Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, he was basically my age at the time. So it's understandable how a lot of people relate with these cards, because typically when kids see it, they're normally around the age of either Trunks or Goten, or Teen Gohan around the time. A category for each Super Saiyan form? It's possible. They could easily do it. I mean, categories aside, there is a legitimate link for Super Saiyan 3 only. I think it's transcending the limit or something, and only Super Saiyan 3 characters have it. It's very outdated, because it only grants you 2,000 to attack or something, but there's many links that exist like that already that can easily turn into categories. Oh, someone earlier asked me what the best Goku team? Goku team is. Unless the amount of Super Strikes has changed that dramatically, when I did it about a year ago, it should still just be having Android... I'll check it up again, because I believe it's having... Was it Android 16 as your leader? Actually, I don't think it was having him as your leader. It was just having 2 of him on your team, or something like that, because he could block a fair amount of LR Goku's damage. Avoid using Agility Super Strikes, because all the Agility Super Strikes are useless against him. And just spam all the Int ones. So, I know Chilled was added after the fact, so you can use him in there. You can use King Vegeta, Young Vegeta. Young Vegeta was also just got a Dokkan recently. You can have 4 Int cards. And just fill your team up with that crap, and you'll win no problem. Yeah, don't feed Kais. I mean, if you have enough Kais to feed our Goku, go ahead, but there's no reason to do that. You're just giving away free old Kais at that point. Maybe I'm on the luckier side of things, because I have a Goku done already, who's only at SA10, so when I farm him again, I'm just going to feed him into the current one I have to have him go to SA20 and be done with it. You don't need Goku Jr. for him. In fact, you can't use Goku Jr. with him unless they changed it, because you can only use Super Strike characters against LR Goku. Blah. I'm trying to think, did they make it so Goku Jr. can be used there? Because he's not a Super Strike card, he's just a farmable card. He's basically what Bulma is. Oh, you can use farmable units on Goku now? Then yeah, you have you have an assortment of people you can use. You can use the Future Trunks, you can use everything. You know, it's really nice of them to actually finally make that change. What, almost... So, LR Goku came out when the only lead in the game at the time, the maximum lead, was Gogeta still. So if you think of a timeline of when that was before the first year anniversary. It's so good of them to add him in, you know, how many years later? Going on 2, possibly? A year and a half? I wonder, though, if the curiosity here is that's going to stay forever, or if that's only going to be for the LR Goku celebration here. And I actually don't know why people are typing like that. It's apparently some bug with YouTube that they still haven't fixed almost 2 weeks later. It's kind of funny, though. I wouldn't say he got mega shafted. It's just, when he came out, he had the exact same lead as Gogeta at the time, who was the strongest card in the game at the time. I thought that was a pretty fair trade-off, considering he was a free quotes card. You just have to know how to kind of catch the catch-22 and what they call free cards. Because he may have been free, but the difficulty of LR Goku when he first came out, oh my god, don't even get me started with the amount of RNG and luck you needed to beat this guy. And then, not only that, you need 777 medals. So you would use, well, close to 50 to 100 stones just farming the guy. Also, the Gotenks we're fighting right now, the agility one, this is the art I was talking about earlier, that the base form Gotenks Dokkan into. He has some amazing looking art. It is solid and smooth all the way. rates were 2%. Were they ever 2%? I thought the lowest they ever were about 2.5 to 3. They may have been as low as 1% when it first came around, but typically the reason games don't do that anymore is because unless you have a title or a tag or a formidable title, so you have to, you know what it is. You have to have grown up with it. You have to have some sort of nostalgia. If a game doesn't have that, you can't do 1% rates because your game dies immediately. That's why most gacha games you see come out now, unless there's an amazing fan base or following behind it or something to back up those kind of rates, you'll never see 1% rates again on any game, because you can't make a profit off that. There's enough of these now that the market's been oversaturated that people know that if it's 1% rates, they're being ripped off and they won't play your game. Ooh. That's right, I can make a pretty cool physical team now. Last time I looked through this, I saw quite a few coolers. Maybe I'll get lucky this time. Or not. Mega will work as a good backup. You know, for a while, a lot of those Frieza cards back in the day, like First Form Frieza, Second Form Frieza, were amazing cards, especially Second Form Frieza, because of his, like, true super effective passive type thing. In fact, when the Golden Frieza banner first came along, so if you played Dokkan, I think, around the first couple months it was released, Japan did, like, a special when Revenge of Frieza came out, and every single Frieza in the game currently, all the SR cards all token in the Golden Frieza, and some of them are actually worth it. Some of them weren't worth it at all. But one of the only ones I recall being worth the time and effort was Second Form Frieza and then the current Final Form Frieza. But the weird thing is the tech Final Form Frieza, when he dokened into the Golden Frieza, he actually lost a link, which made him worse. And you probably should Dokkan Spirit Bomb Angel Goku, because everybody got the medals to Dokkan him, so those medals only serve to Dokkan that guy. If you're not Dokkaning him, you're basically missing out on a free card for no reason. Did it work that way, though? Because I can't... Yeah, I guess that's right. You could do that, because for some reason they didn't suffer from the name, like, lock barrier. So you could still use multitudes of the same Golden Frieza on the same team. I'm still surprised they have that, like, lock right now, where you can't use people of the same name on your team. Because, I mean, the meta's broken enough where it really doesn't matter. But it'd been kind of cool to start making teams that are just full of, like, nothing but Super Saiyan 1 Goku and shit like that. And yes, for a free card, he is amazingly decent because he's a rainbow lead. We don't have, like, many rainbow leads at all. You have your Masked Saiyan, who's a true... And Masked Saiyan is the true... Yeah, actually, a Masked Saiyan is the only stat, along with being a rainbow lead, that has 70% to all stats. So he's a top-tier rainbow lead currently. Under him, I think you have, like, a Rail. And she's, like, a 30% rainbow lead. And then you have, like... Spirit Bomb Goku, the new one, and maybe like one other card. There's like only 5 or 6 rainbow leads in the entire game, so yes, he actually is quite good. Yeah, well, whatever the stat lead for Masked Saiyan is, he's the highest stat lead there is. Because I know Rail's under him, and those two are the only ones right now. I'm sure eventually we'll get maybe a 70, 90% one, but they're trying to be very careful with the Rainbow Wave. They don't want people making any team they want, I guess. As to why those two didn't come on Global, I have no idea. In fact, the banners were very different. Because the way it works in JP right now is the hero one only drops hero cards, and the villain ones only drops villain cards. In A right now, that's not the case. It just drops whatever cards it wants. They're vastly different for whatever reason. Oh, that's right. The random Super Boo we rolled the other day. He has a super effective against freaking Gotenks in this fight. Well, alrighty then. This fight's a little bittersweet to fight, just because it kind of shows how lazy Bandai can be at times. It's literally the exact same fight as the Tech Tanks, just with different cards. That's it. Hey, Boy Blue, you made the foo inside the cup. Nice. Well, that's what I really thought was going to happen, was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega would be heroes and villains respectively, and it would break everything. But Bandai actually was legitimately smart about this, because by forcing the category lead, the future of the game is now for strategic leaders and specific types of like classes. So you can have like Super Saiyan classes, Super Saiyan 2 categories, etc. You can have everything in the game. It essentially artificially increases the length of the game, rather than breaking it even more, and then more people end up quitting. It's a smart move. Wow, 3 foos, damn. I had 40 subs once, and I think out of the 40 people, 2 people made it inside the cup. I think it's been 3 for 3 right now. Well, the reason we're using a Mega Leader here is because I can't find a cooler lead. There was quite a few of them the other day, but 4 refreshes and no cooler. Oh yeah, they definitely should do a Z Fighters category. It's its own special link right now, but it deserves its own category. Seeing a true like Z Fighter team, that's something I've wanted to see in this game for a long time, but they don't want to do it because, you know, the hype shit's always Super Saiyans. They don't want to actually do the Z Fighters, so they typically are always, you know, bottom tier. Yeah, it's good he went to base form, but the problem is he's using the new Gotenks rather than the old, so he reverse Dokkened into a Dokkan version of Strength Gotenks, which means he now has type advantage against us. So while he takes more damage, he technically takes the same amount of damage, because now we're fighting type advantage. Speaking of dragons and shit, there's 3 different versions of Omega. No, wait. 2 different versions of Shen and 1 version of Omega right now. But this is sort of the point where the game's at. There's like so many versions of every card, you kind of mix up who the hell is who. See, I don't think there'll be a Gotenks category, but it'll be more like what we already have. It'll be more fusion categories. Because the next one, since we have the fusion dance, there will most definitely at some point will be like a Potara fusion thing. You know, looking at cooler, one thing we could have is like a Frieza family category. I think the link they have currently is like the most Maleficent something in space or some shit like that, but they can just turn that link into a category. Because we can have Cooler, King Cold, and Frieza himself, and Chilled, and whatever the hell Frieza's mother looks like. I always pictured Frieza's mom to be like the third form of Frieza. Some jacked up alien shit that'll, you know, freak you out. It just seemed most appropriate. That's true, the truth. Okay. I know Omega has all the Dragon Balls on his chest. I thought Sen just had a single Dragon Ball. I didn't remember where he had it, though. I'm 4 off, of course. There you go. Strongest clan displays in the universe with Maleficent. Boom. But the deal is with categories is, unlike links, they're not going to give you anything. They just exist to list people in a category. Because typically the bonuses will come from the leader skill, as we've seen with Gogeta and Omega. So hopefully they can put more people into a category that should actually belong there. Oh, poor Dokkan time. Your food dropped off the face of the earth. You guys actually must be right about the Goku Jr. thing, because look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4... That was 5. Okay, 5 Goku Juniors in 2 refreshes. Obviously, you must be able to use these for LR Goku, because why else would everybody be using those as leaders? There's no reason to be using them. Since they've been so generously giving me tech orbs finally for LR Goku, which I've obviously been using, not really, I've been using a lot of these on my villains to actually make my tech team more useful. That's right, Gogeta's tech too, he can fit in here now. I'd imagine he would. I mean, Goku Jr. was no joke when he was, came out. For a free card, he was probably the best free card in the game. And since LR Goku's tech, kicks the living shit out of him, so problem solved. How's my favorite character? I'm sure he's doing fine. Unless he's in Super, then he's probably not doing so well, because the way they animate Super right now, a lot of my favorite characters' quotes have some very funny faces recently. Yeah, it's really unfortunate what's happened to Global these last weeks. Global, surprisingly, was overtaking Japan like a storm. Like, for the first time in, I think, this game's creation, everybody was, like, on the Global train. And then Gogeta drops, and it's just been, like, one shaft after another. It's almost like it's been done purposely just to, like, I guess bring JP back to its glory? Who knows? Is he better than LR Black? Well, saying a card's better than somebody in that sense, they can only be better than each other depending on the team you're using. That was kind of the problem when these cards came out, when everybody was saying Omega was better than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's only better than him in the sense that you can make maybe a better team than him. Because the card individually doesn't really mean much. It has to pretty much flow with the entire team you're creating. So, to your question, like, LR Black here can only buff up tech teams, so you have to use tech teams with him. The one bonus he gets out of this is since Merge Zabusu is also tech, and he has a farmable SA, you have a very strong tech card that merges super well with LR Black as it is from the start. But things like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can create... So, Int Gogeta, by all standards, is probably one of the strongest cards in the game. You can put him on the team. Then you can use Super Saiyan 3 tech or physical Gotenks. You could make a very, very strong fusion team. So, the cards only become better than each other, depending on the kind of card you can, or kind of team you can create with that card. Also, don't do what I just did there. I just used Super Saiyan 3 Broly to defend against Gotenks. That was a bad mistake. That hurt. It's probably one of Broly's that's probably Broly's biggest downfall, is his tech form drops his defense to freaking 0. And he doesn't even hit that hard, even with the extra attack stats added. Sort of like a giant slap in the face. I do agree they need to sell more medals at Baba Shop, but so far, the fact they sell them at all has been a nice change, because Baba Shop used to be really bad. But now you actually have a reason to kind of go in and, like, occasionally there's really good medals there. In fact, there was a time I actually used stones on Baba Shop, about 42 of them, and refreshed the shop till I could find a medal I wanted. I'm not too proud about that, but I at least found the medal I needed. You know, that's interesting, because you say nuking was relevant, and that goes to show the timeline in action of how a meta changes over time. Because it used to be all about nuking people, and then it slowly shifted back to actually having meta teams. Because when frickin' Super Saiyan Vegito and Super Saiyan Broly Physical both came out, the entire game shifted the meta teams at that point. It's just one of the few times, too, you're able to use as many Tree of Might fruits as you want, because since the event is back, you can farm the Tree of Might fruits if you need them, like crazy. Like, another point is, you don't need them in the current meta, because everybody has plenty of ki all the time. But there was a time where people would farm that event maybe 100 to 200 times a day to get as many Tree of Might fruits as imaginable for when the tournament would come around, so you could use them for the tournament, events, etc. But now that everybody has all the ki you could ever want, that's no longer the case anymore. No Dokkan Fest days were like, what, the first, like, 2 months of the game's existence? Well, Int Gogeta isn't overrated because Int Gogeta has the passive that makes him unrated. Having true super effective is what makes him so good. There are cards that can hit harder than Int Gogeta, but also, so Int Gogeta gets 2 things. 1, he's Int, which means he gets to be on LR Gohan's team, which is everybody's butt buddy right now. And 2, he gets true super effective, so While Super Gogeta can hit super hard against certain cards, Ent Gogeta will hit super hard against every card. It's really, really hard to find a card you can, like, I guess, team-wise and individually-wise be a better card than that, because you really can't ask for much more. The dex is like that because of YouTube. As far as I'm aware, that's all I know. Yeah, it is interesting to think when a card that will actually dethrone Elder Gohan will come out. I think they try to be very careful about that. The only problem with that is when you pull Strength Gogeta now, you feel like a pit in your stomach because it's like, that could have been Ent Gogeta. And you're like, oh, well, shit. And that's not to say Strength Gogeta is bad or anything, it's just... So, the same thing's happening right here, with Physical Gotenks over Tech Gotenks. While Tech Gotenks is still good, Physical Gotenks does the exact same thing Tech does, but better. And that's the same with Ent Gogeta. The exact same thing Strength does, but better. It's kind of fucked up. Alright, I get to freaking Dokkan Awaken my first Gotenks! Oh boy! Alright, now check this art out that's going to happen here and tell me this isn't the best art in the game. Man, look at that. It just flies, like, look at how smooth that is. Like, I rarely see cards drawn this well. Maybe they just found, like, a good image or, like, a good point where Gotenks was posing, but god, that is just really, really good art. I didn't say the best in the game, I said good art. Because what you're saying, who's the best art in the game, then it becomes a subjective, like, whose taste is better than who type thing. The problem with the foil, though, is every card gets foil, so there's really no getting around that. Ent Godku? That's funny you mentioned Ent Godku, because this Goku right here, the Agility Godku, for how old this card is, this was... I think this card came out around the same time that the Physical Godku had come out. And the Physical Godku you had to actually farm to make, so this Godku was just better overall. But, like, for as early as this card was created, this has some of the best Godku card there is. And it always surprised me because this was around the time they were making really bad art, but then they made something really good like this. So it, obviously they're using different artists, but like, one guy over there knows how to draw really well, while 10 of them don't. But now they're finally making enough money where it no longer matters. Yeah, this sucks. I could make him 100%, but I'm not going to level Gotenks' SA right now. I got better things to do than that. So the good thing now is, because he's a Super Saiyan Gotenks, the other Strength Dokkan one I have, or non-Dokkan Gotenks, will now fit into this team, allowing me to make a full Fusions team finally. Or not. Oh, I see. Because I have Physical Gotenks in here, and Agility Physical Gotenks, they're the same card. Shit. I've been trying to find a way around this to make a full Fusions team, but I just don't have the cards to make it possible. I can use fat Gotenks, but I don't want to use fat Gotenks. Oh yeah, I know the Agility Super Saiyan Goku you're talking about. He was the original one released in the game, and it has the worst Goku art you will ever see. In fact, I really hope they fired whoever drew that as like the opening card art you see in the game, because it's still there when you did the tutorial, and it's awful looking. It's so bad. Ooh, Tech Vegito. Do I have Tech Vegito? That would be a good thing, because I am missing Agility Vegito. But I might have his... That's a good point there. I kind of forgot he existed as a card. But if he's right there, how come it's not showing him in the list? So see, this is what I'm talking about, like... If he was accessible as a card, this should show me all the people with the fusion thing, but he's not on this list for some reason. Why wouldn't Tech Vegito be here? Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Just to use him as a filler card. If that's the case, I'm just going to use Vegito Blue like always. Now you're all confusing me. I was like, wait a second, because all the cards I should be able to use are listed there. I'll just continue using 100% Vegito. Why not? Tech Vegito's nice because of the support thing, but Vegito Blue still serves as the 30% damage and the counter, so it still helps. Oh, that's right. His other category is +3, so it makes Tech Vegito viable. That's a better point. That's a good point, Felix. I didn't even think about that. That makes the Tech Vegito a lot... Okay, because like at first, the support aspect of him is like, whatever. I mean, great, he supports them. But if he gets 50% stats across the board, then that makes it a lot more viable to use. Yeah, we know what the category does. If everyone keeps explaining what the categories do, we know. We're talking about trying to fill in the blanks if you don't have it. Like, this is... Okay. You know what's actually ironic is the problem I'm facing right here is the reason Global itself does not have the leader skills. You notice how few characters I had to pick from? Now imagine this was Global. You would have half the characters I have to pick from. Hence why Global doesn't have those leader skills. Oh yeah, Tech Vegeta, that'll be a good... After this, I'll probably will switch him in there. Because at first, I mean, just passive stat gains I don't really give a shit about, but you always forget about the fact that not only do they have the current lead, they also have their secondary lead, where you get tech units for Gogeta and physical units for Omega. Is ear raping you? I'm sorry to hear that. You know, when someone says you're getting ear raped, I picture someone kind of fucking your ear, and it's kind of a very odd scenario to picture, so let's not use the term ear raping, because that's just a weird scenario altogether to picture. I'm serious, like, yeah. It's what's happening is because the voice goes over a threshold. So if I do this, the voice won't go over a certain threshold now. So it shouldn't happen anymore. I just didn't do a sound check before I started the stream because I just didn't care. I was like, I just want to farm Gotenks. Let's go. Spend 3 hours setting up the stream? Nah. But that's the thing, Ultimate Blade, is you'd be using so many filler units, you'd only get half the stats from it. Like, it sucks Global doesn't get the leader skills, but the reason they didn't is because Global legitimately does not have the cards to make these teams possible. Like, I don't even have the cards to make these teams possible. And since Global never even got the Fusions banner, or whatever banner I guess that they're missing right now, you're missing even more cards who have the Fusion link. I mean, hell, I would settle for having a freaking Pandel on this team or something like that just to fill in a spot. Wow. So Gogeta dodged the first hit to only get ulted by the second one. Okay, buddy. Like, you're still Ant-Man. He's gonna hit you for a shitload of damage. I'm not really expecting Tapion to be coming. To be honest, what's going to be coming is just a lot of cards that are going to be filling in the categories is all. So we're going to be seeing a lot of repeat characters who have categories attached onto them. Like a good example is expect something like a new Buuhan soon. And Buuhan will have something like all Majin Buu characters will have blah 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 to them. So you can make like this ridiculous Majin Buu team. And then, as weird as it's going to sound, there might even be like a category for Ultimate Gohan where we'll have like 5 Ultimate Gohans in the same team. Actually, no, the Ultimate Gohan thing won't happen because they'll all be considered the same card. Majin Buu, though, can work because all those Buus are considered different cards. Also, I wonder how many of you guys even remember this, but the Gotenks that I'm using and fighting right now, well, whenever he's not undokkened, that attack where he headbutts into the character, that used to drain your own HP, but enough people complained about it, so before release, they, I guess, reverted the change to where that Gotenks no longer loses, I think it was 7% of your HP every time he attacks you. SV will be the next category lead? But what do you mean SV, like Super Vegito? Because that's... See, I made the same mistake here a second ago. So, they're not going to make specific cards. They're going to make them like a type of something. So, Majin Buu may be a character, but Majin Buu encycles numerous characters. Like, Majin Buu had God knows how many forms. They won't do something like Super Vegito, because that would just be like 2 cards. And that would make the same mistake I just made a second ago, because they would have the same name. You could even use them with the same team. But with something like Buuhan, I could use like Buuhan, Kid Buu, Fat Buu, and just make a whole team of Majin Buus. Buu Icolo, Buu Tanks, Boogarami. You wasted your life. Oh. Thank you, Dio the Time Stop. But that's the thing is, it won't be SV, it'll just be Potara. It'll be the Fusioneering category, because then things like Rose can be included in that. Even better is it'll have, you know what's going to be in there? It's going to be, what was the Supreme Kai called whenever he fused with Kibito? Kibito Kai? He'll be a part of that as well. Everybody loves Kibito Kai. Nah, I won't use Gogeta for this. He'd be a type disadvantage the whole way through. You know what? I'm gonna use 2 Bulma leads and see if I can make a tech team with Bulma and win the game. On Twitter, I made something that was basically called, like, Defensive Bulma. I don't know who I picked. They probably picked, you know, auto attack and crit, but when it comes to Bulma, having her have 20% dodge tacked on with her passive already, she's actually a very good defensive card. Now we'll throw in Hercule. He seems pretty generic. Toss Tien in there because who doesn't love a good tech support? Toss in a little Goku, toss in a little Vegito because he loves supporting people too, and throw in an Angel. If they do a Super Saiyan category, it'll just be Super Saiyan, like generic, not the way it is right now, where any version of Super Saiyan gets the Super Saiyan link. It'll just be Super Saiyan 1, then you could use them. In fact, they already did something like that a long time ago with, when Cooler first came out, or Physical Cooler first came out. So, there's 2 things to his. You couldn't use Senzu Beans, and you can only use, well, you could use more than him, but his effectiveness was Super Saiyan 1 Goku. And since you can only use one type of Goku, you could have one Goku on your team. And that was it. And that was the only thing that was effective against Cooler. Oh man, that's the friend Bulma. I wanted that to be mine. I feel like the enemy knows whenever I'm using a weaker character, and they will just go in and just ult them like crazy. Oh, I'm just using Nox right now. See, the beautiful thing about Dokkan compared to things like FGO is Dokkan works in any emulator. I don't have to, like, search high and low for a decent emulator. It'll just actually work. Yes, it's funny, because when I do this, you notice how many stats you lose, too. So the teams I was using before were close to 300,000 health each. I used 2 Bulma leads, and we're down to 112,000. Beautiful. That way, so if you're talking about the other guys, it's just grinding them, buying from the shop, and then either rolling for them. You just kind of got to get them when they pop up. Honestly, I'd waste the stones for them. Like, if you need other guys, just blow the 100 or whatever stones for 20 of them. I probably will here in a little bit, honestly. Also, since the 20 stones a day are coming back, once the Elder Kai banner leaves, you may as well spend them now, because you're going to go back to getting 20 stones a day for however long. Your Nox is being weird? Well, I don't know how to help you there. And also, I don't mind YouTube, it just needs to stop being weird. Like, YouTube just decides at random whenever it decides that, you know, shit doesn't need to work properly anymore. And it's not just 20 stones, it's just the missions we had before. They're just coming back again. You know, the ones where you, like, do however many things a day, you get 20 stones? That... what the hell do you even want to call it? Like, their, like, mission thing hit the final thing today? So, once the 18th hits, and the Elder Kai banner goes away, which is kind of slimy of them to do, then you go back to getting 20 stones a day until we hit 200 million again, then they just go away again. I don't know a timeline for this because I'm not Bandai. Try gags for a video on the Disney Channel? Huh. Reminds me of my robot voice. What voice is that? Also, the fact I'm still alive here is really surprising. I thought I would be dead by now, but alright. At this point, when the 20 stones come back, you really shouldn't be spending stones on anything, because the 3-for-1 banner's gone. And the Kai banners will be gone too. So unless there's like some really good filler banner in between, if you didn't get Gogeta or Omega by now, then just don't roll for them, because you're getting one less multi per chance on that. There's just no reason to waste stones now. Just save up on them. Your uncle touched you? Oh, well, that's too bad. I was gonna try to say something nice, like, you know, we care here, you know, we support your decision of letting your uncle touch you, stuff like that, but I don't think we actually care, so... Rip. Oh, dude, those type banners were awesome. I got a support type off every single banner except for strength, I think, and the only reason I didn't get on strength is because I forgot to roll in it for the day. In fact, the physical banner gave me both Super Buu and Z-Sword Gohan. The agility banner gave me Pan. The tech banner gave me Tien, and the int banner gave me Vegeta. Yes, it actually was nice. Unfortunately, I paid a hefty price for that, though, because everything I tried to pull after that just was pretty much worthless crap. Yeah, that's exactly what Course said. I kind of feel that way when people tell me something like dramatic about their life. They're like, I was molested until I was 5 or something, and I'm like, I don't know what I should say to that. Like, I'm not good with people. Like, ouch, that sucks. Like, when I was 5, I was probably watching DBZ or something. I don't know. Maybe I was molested. That'd be a great counselor, I think. Come sit in the chair. You just talk to me, not just be nodding my head the whole time, scribbling on a notebook. So what do you think, Doc? Well, it sounds here that you're just a whiny bitch. We'll see you next week. How the hell have we made it to the final phase of this? What in the Christ? Yeah! Why am I not using a strength team? I don't know, friend. Because maybe this tech team's the best team I could possibly make. I'll watch Fate Zero when you stop asking me about it. How about that? Ooh, Hercule, a lot of damage, buddy. Ooh, too much damage. Nope, rip. Oh, Bobo only gives 30% the stats. That's quite a difference then, let's see. What was it, 150%? Yeah. Poor girl. Well, at least she tried. Nah, it's okay. I can tell when people are new here. I just make fun of them and call it a day. Why aren't you using the top team op whateverness? Because I can and choose not to? Like, if you want me to rape the team, like, here, hold on a second. We'll make Gogeta, Gotenks disappear in the flash. Watch. I call this the now you see him, now you don't. It's not a true 11 out of 10 unless it's from IGN. In fact, a proper IGN rating would be 11 out of 10. It's okay. That's okay. I mean, the same thing's gonna happen with or without Tech Vegito. I know it's not your fault, but all the people who keep typing in spaces, it always sounds like you're saying something very slowly. Well, it's people end up hating me because I'm such a smart ass. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I think you're actually right about the Super Strength being a full Goku team, because even when Super Saiyan 4 Goku first came out, there was like a joke I was doing at the time where I just did nothing but Goku cards on the Strength team. This gameplay sucks. You know, ironically, if you want to see big numbers on Gotenks, all you have to do is go into this fight with Piccolo and Super Buu. In fact, use your LR Piccolo from the World Tournament. Walk in and Gotenks will die in literally one shot. Done. Oh yeah, I think Loki and some other people, when this first came out, they were showing me that Piccolo could come in and one-shot the guy. I was like, oh, wow. Alright, Gotenks, good fight, I guess. It's honestly the only thing that really keeps him alive, because he has a passive right now that, you know, most Dokkan fights have, where we're not doing much damage because we don't have the two characters who do extra damage to him. So the game, or the fight, gets artificially lengthened in that sense. Yep, 8 Gotenks. You have the Strength and Agility, that's 2 of them. You have the Physical and the Strength Super Saiyan Gotenks, that's 4 of them. Then you have both the Trunks and Goten, who both Dokkan Awaken into a Gotenks each. That's 6 of them. Then you have Super Saiyan 3 Attack and Super Saiyan 3 Physical, which means 8 Gotenks. Kids like math? I'll show you how to math. Oh, nope, counterattack. I don't mind if people give away their JPs. I mean, the people who give away their accounts just mostly, you know, had shit rolls or bad luck, so I don't really blame them. I wouldn't say unfortunately or unlucky for most people, but I'm at a point, I guess, here in the Dokkan community where I don't really have to pay for anything anymore. I just have shit rain on me for whatever reason, so it's become a lot easier to play Dokkan in that sense. Hey, nice. Double counter. Why am I doing this? To Dokkan Awaken Gotenks, as the title says. I also did it just because, you know, because reasons. See, that's sort of what I mean, though. It's like, my account had Int Gogeta and LR Broly, and to some people that sounds like a good thing, but the account I'm using right now has every LR card in the game, every Neo God in the game, and every normal God in the game, so... there's like a stark difference in what's actually considered good and not. What is with everybody using Tech and Int today? Oh, everybody has the God Yamcha. It's too bad Gogeta wasn't what he was supposed to be with being 150% to all heroes, because you could use the shitty Yamcha cards and actually make him pretty decent. I actually somewhat kind of regret I don't have Super 17 now. I have a really good freaking agility. I have Rose, I got a rainbow freaking Janemba, I got a rainbow Frieza. That could actually work out pretty well for me. I have 1 done, I have 7 to go. And I want to use the Int Dream Team, I do, but my Int team is probably one of the worst teams I have right now. LR Gohan isn't actually Dokkan into LR Gohan yet, and many of the Int cards I have are undokkaned. No, the Gogeta Leader skill hasn't been released, and don't expect it to be the same as JP, because it won't be. I don't think I've actually seen Pan's ultimate before. That's kind of cute. Maybe because agility's focused on speed, that's what they like Super Saiyan 2 so much, because I've noticed like a lot of the people I have on these agility teams are Super Saiyan 2, unless you're, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I guess it would make sense, because Super Saiyan 2 was focused around going fast. Oh, sweet Camilla! That small-ass chance she has of dodging the freaking ult. I thought she was supposed to counter, though. Maybe that was just a normal dodge. Oh yeah, the free agility Gakko is good. And I've had LR Goku since forever, so I have no reason to go farm another one. Damn, Vegeta, alright. Remember, kids, get your Super Saiyan 4s to 100% dupe path. It'll turn them into literal deities. I tried really, really hard to get this Camilla to SA10 so I could 100% dupe path her, but in the end it was just not worth the Kai investment, so she's stuck at like SA5. Sort of the unfortunateness of the game, whenever there's so many cards you want to have at SA10, you can only end up SA10ing like, you know, 10 or 20 of the cards you want, and there's so many you start putting in a backlog. You're like, eventually I'll get this guy to SA10, but then you realize you never get old guys. I don't think they'll change up the hero and villain leads. They're just not going to make them as specific as they are right now for JP. I really couldn't tell you what I think they're going to do because I have no clue. It's just, it's not going to be the current lead we have in Japan right now. What? When a random motherfucker uses Netflix without helping pay for it? Cut him off, man. Change your password. As for considering myself a big Dokkan YouTuber, I consider myself probably medium. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm at a point where most people in the Dokkan community know who I am, just because not only have I done YouTube shit, but I was the moderator of the sub for like a year and a half. So in the Dokkan community-wise, yes, I'm probably, I guess, people know who I am when you mention my name, but anywhere else, probably not, so I don't really actually know the answer to that. So yes and no. Damn, Goku, he just got wrecked. Yeah, the Ray-Bans thing was funny, but that only lasted for like a day. Honestly, I always forget about it until people mention it to me. Because you have to remember, during the whole Ray-Bans thing happening, I was at my sister's college graduation the whole time, so I got the very end tail of it. I got home and was able to change, like, my Twitter password, etc., blah, blah, blah. And that was kind of it, so all the people that I guess my Twitter bot messaged about the Ray-Bans thing, like, everyone always sent me the messages back, like, you know, oh, haha, I get it. That was like, you know, some sort of bot that took over your account. So I had to individually go in and tell every single person at PM that was like, that was a bot. Don't click on the link thing. Colorful super animation when zoomed out in space is the same as... I did not know that. What is... Wait, Super Vegeta's though, isn't his... Shit, man. I'm so used to seeing Super Vegeta counter, I don't even remember what his ult is. Isn't it just like the Kamehameha wave? Oh, Dokkan Awaken. Well, Super Vegeta's Dokkan Awaken is like this weird, like, he kind of Kamehameha waves you in the face kind of thing. It was like their first time at doing like a character animation thing. Oh shit. I was really expecting Gotenks to be dead. This might be bad. Whew. Okay, good. Yeah, those Logan Paul dudes, they're riding that fame train pretty hard right now. It's kind of funny if you go do like a, I'm gonna say like either an iDubbbz video or an H3 video, half the comments will be like, do a content comp on Jake Paul! Alright, so she does the power up, power up, power up, and bang. I wonder, you might actually be right. That might be a recolored version, because all it is zooming in on her hand. And then when it finishes zooming in her hand, it does the Kamehameha wave. Honestly, guys, Dokkan YouTubers get the most subs fastest right now on YouTube. I'm sure Dokkan's popular, but not millions of people around the world popular. I almost want to test your theory out, but I don't have a Super Vegito. I'd have to turn on the frickin' the private server to see that, so... And yes, I do remember. They were even shown off on Shonen Jump as getting a rebirth, but they never did. Oh shit, here we go. This will hurt my stats quite a bit, but I actually want to see if this is true or not. Well, we'll find out here in a second, just Apple, because, I mean, how many people actually use an Undoken Super Vegito? And how long has it been since you've seen one use the animation or not? There's no way to remember that. Alright, so this would be Super Vegito Undoken. So he should do like this weird Kamehameha on the face thing. I mean, so what I saw there, it looked the same, but the only part that was the same was the wave going off the earth. And I thought multiple people in this game had that effect. How can I do this fast enough? Let's see. I'm trying to find a way to slow down her roll, but to hit the ×2, you have to wait for the damn action to start. Gotenks, seriously, dude. Alright, thank you. Please don't kill him. I literally need to see her effect here. That's the whole reason I did this. So it glows in her hand twice, 3 times. And she shoots a wave from the side. And then it blows off the earth, and there's a big wave going off the earth. Honestly, I don't think those are the same attacks. Oh, you said it zoomed out the planet. Okay. So now I have to imagine, I guess, it being zoomed in here. Hold up, I need to actually see if this is actually the case or not. Yeah, I guess you're right. The same bubble was there, And the same attack was shooting off the Earth. It was just more zoomed in that time. Huh. I guess that's a good catch. I'm sure... I thought lots of bolts were like this, though, because... Remember back in the day where they did the thing where the Earth would always explode in different ways? I kind of thought it was like that scenario thing. I wish they could make you have the option of speeding this up or slowing it down a little bit quicker here. There we go. But Bandai getting late, that's the thing is, though, I thought they've always done this kind of stuff. Hey, nice, you're Fuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu Ooh. Camille, you're supposed to dodge that, lady. Jesus. You know, it was kind of a disservice to both Camille and Kale that they released a card for both of them, but they don't have a Dokkan at all. They just stop at, like, cost of 32 or something, so it makes them very subpar in that manner. You know, a good example to talk about the planet explosion thing here is with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken here. So Vegeta won't count because Vegeta was a part of Super Saiyan 4 Goku's release where they did different kind of volts, so his shining attack is different. As you can see, it's just, you know, the big shining blast thing. But Goku should do the explosion off the Earth thing like it always does. Yeah, so that one had the wave radiating around the planet. They always had it where heroes' Kamehameha waves would shoot off of the Earth and villains would hit into the Earth. And the power creep gets even worse? That's, I'm not sure how it can get much worse than it currently is. Maybe they're saving him for, like, a big Dokkan event later on. After, like, I guess... So, the big war in Super's going on right now, or the big, I guess, tournament is going on currently. So, as more characters get kicked off and more things start to happen, that's, I feel like, when more characters start being revealed. Kaioken Blue and Full Power Freeze are the same, but it's recolored and the image is switched. Yeah, see? That's the kind of shit I thought they've been doing this for a while. It's just I don't pay enough attention to the olds, you know, to really notice anymore, especially at 2x speed. Typically, the only ones they do new Dokkans for are the support units. So, like, as we saw with Pan, she has, like, hero shoot missiles with her. Tian's is doing his, Tri-Beam ult, like, over and over and over and over and over again. And all the brand new Dokkan Fest characters. That's why Super Saiyan 3 Goku does like the strong arm and then hits you to the ground and all that shit. They were getting better for a time. Oh, I'm reading both chats. You leaved it? I'm sorry to say. YouTube feels heartbroken now. Wow. Oh shit. Oh god, don't kill me, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I'm too lazy to care enough about redoing that whole thing for one stone. Why are we Dokuning? How long would it take? I mean, it all depends on how fast you do it. Like, you're asking how long it takes to grind 777 medals. There isn't a definite time on that. It depends on RNG, how good your team is, how fast you can do it, numerous things. See, the problem with that is, people have been saying Dokkan will die ever since the game came out. When Gogeta the first time was released, Dokkan was dead. When Super Vegito and Physical Broly both came out, switching to mono leads, Dokkan was dead. When the hero leads, Vegito Blue and Rose came out, Dokkan was dead. Then when the 120% leads came out, the Super Saiyan 4s came out, Dokkan was dead. And now that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega here, Dokkan is also still dead. So either this game has been pulling one hell of a resurrection act, or it's not quite as dead as people think. Now, that's the big thing too, is like, Dokkan's dead and spends money, so then yeah, that's sort of like the biggest crutch there. The game can't die if everyone keeps spending money on it. That's a weird concept, though. It will die if Bandai doesn't give people stuff to spend money on. So, why would any company do that? This game will die, the game that they're creating will die, if we stop giving them a reason to spend money on our game. Like, Bandai may be a soul-sucking, you know, vampire of a company, but that's insane. It's basically saying, I don't like making money anymore, let's stop doing that. Wow, poor Goku. No worms for him. Apparently Hercules gets all the good shit here. Oh yeah, Mr. Champ! Cool. One of my favorite things about streaming is when everybody tells me their entire life story, like, what are they gonna do for the day? I need to go do this, shower, this. I'm like, okay. I have an automated cookie dispenser that I'll, you know, give out to you once you finish taking a shower and etc. Well, it's what I was explaining before. Not only do they have all the super characters they had now they have their categories to keep the games long enough to be going as long as they possibly can. What does help them, though, is, you know, doing more fun events like the Bulma thing, or like the Goku Jr. event, just stuff like that. Just give people a reason to actually have a decent card to farm. Like putting every single decent card behind a banner, then of course, in the end, people are going to stop spending money. So you have to throw in like a couple of, I guess, like treats here and there. All the LRs are decent in their own sense, because I believe Hercule not only has a chance of stunning, but he has actually some decent effects to him. All the farmable LRs are good to a point. They're not bad, and they're not terrible. They're just not, you know, as broken as the pullable LR cards. God damn. That Super Saiyan 3 Angel ult is it's just fun to watch every time. Freaking strong arms you to the ground and then just sends a blast at you and just essentially murders you. And the planet, too. Because you know how the heroes always aim the blast away from the planet. Goku just fires that beam right on you inside the Earth, which means we're all dead. I don't think they'll make an LR Janemba, because there isn't much of a point to make an LR Janemba. Now, for him, he'll just be a typical story event. For almost all the movie villains, they've done that now. I mean, Cooler may have his own Dokkan card now, but they still made an event before that. So Haji Yeki, or whatever the hell you want to say his name is, he'll have his own event. It'll just be like, you know, a story event, similar to Bio Broly. He'll have a card that's okay, and some Dokkanable cards that are okay. What they'll most likely do for that banner is they'll add in the one kid who gives Swordish Trunks. He'll be like a pullable SSR card. Ichitakayaki Hikawakamaru, whatever the hell you just say his name, will be his own card. And then he'll Dokkan into like a big monster card. And then there'll be like a pullable SSR Super Saiyan 3 Goku that Dokkans into... See, that's the funny thing is, the Agility Super Saiyan 3 Goku we have now from old school, the Dragon Fist he's using is the Dragon Fist he used against Hichihaka Tikamaru. So they'll add, like, either maybe a Dokkan of a Dokkan to him, or a new Super Saiyan 3 Goku that Dokkans. And why does Broly get so much attention? Because fan-wise, I'm sure he's probably one of the most recognizable, well, not recognizable, one of the most favorites at DBZ for as long as this franchise has been around. Like, the easiest way to explain Broly is just think back to the, like, the oldest meme there is. Like, remember the freaking kid? It's like, who's your favorite character? It's like, my favorite character is Broly because his power is maximum. I don't use Tech Gotenks because he's not Dokkaned, and I didn't even see him, so until he's Dokkaned, he'll be down the list somewhere. Also, that Fall Super Saiyan, I really wanted to be a card. Like, when they introduced Lord Slug's event finally, because he's in the game as a villain you fight, but he doesn't have his own story event yet, so they really need a Fall Super Saiyan. Because if we can get shit like Super Saiyan Kaioken from PyCon's event, we can have a Fall Super Saiyan. And yeah, exactly. With that 200 billion stones, like, it'll probably be around... I'd say most people will get maybe 200 to 250 stones before it goes away again. That's also sort of why I'm saying people need to save those stones now, because a lot of people will get them and just roll on Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to Mega immediately. And it's just going to come back to bite you in the ass, because the rates aren't that great on those banners to begin with, and with 3 for 1 gone, you're just asking for trouble. Why is the free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Goku good? I'm just assuming stat-wise, because he fits into the, what do you call it? The Shadow Dragon arc team or whatever? And so, since there aren't that many cards to fit into that team, he's just a good filler spot. Because any card gets pretty good whenever you throw 150% stats onto it. All tech types? Why would you be using all tech types? There's your problem right there. What event is out today? So everyone's using Grandpa Gohan for a strength lead, but against who? Like, why for LR Gohan? I'm not getting all the freaking Grandpa Gohans. There's some event out I'm spacing right now, because that's a lot of Grandpa Gohan leads. That's the 7th I've seen. Oh, that's right, the Stage 4 event. That would explain. I was like, what the fuck? Everybody loves Grandpa Gohan. I don't think, well, it has nothing to do with someone else being a lead, because the name of the character doesn't mean anything, it's the stats they give the character. I mean, Broly could be a great tech leader if he just didn't have kind of the worthless passive he has right now. Because I mean, the name of the character doesn't mean shit. Like, they could make Pan here into the strongest card in the game if they gave her like a plus 200 stats to everybody or a rainbow lead, then Pan's the best character in the game. Oh yeah, they do this with every double Dokkan, and I hate them so much. Every single time, too. They did it with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, they did it with Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito, and Rose, they did it with frickin', goddamn, what the hell was it? They did it with some other banner I'm forgetting right now. But every time they do a double Dokkan, it's just like the rates are god-awful for the 3-for-1 thing. It's just, it's horrible. And of course it's anecdotal evidence, but every single time, the next banner that comes that has all those cards in it, I'll pull them all like nothing. Have a good night in Portugal. It's 7 PM here, but thankfully no sleep allowed yet. And that'll be interesting to see what the next banner is, because I'm sure that's a lot of people have been questioning, like, what the hell comes after this now? What kind of really sucks for global players is Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta both come out, and not even like 2 weeks later, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes out with Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the opposite banner. Now that's how you screw people over right there. Yeah, yes, it is true. Well, their deal with Broly was when he first came around, Broly's supposed to be like hyper offensive, like super damage. So to mitigate that, they always make the Broly cards like weak defense. But now that weak defense is just coming to bite him in the ass because it really doesn't matter anymore. And even his hyper offense as a tech leader, he doesn't even hit that hard. They give him like an outdated passive that doesn't even help him. Oh, the reason they put Goku on Omega instead of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is it's all about incentive. So anybody seeing these two banners is going to want to roll in Gogeta no matter what the hell Omega does. It's just from, like, your line of sight. If you know anything about DBZ, but you know nothing of the stats of the characters, you're going to immediately, like, I want to roll for Gogeta. So what they do is they put Goku on Omega's passive to give you more incentive to roll on that one as well. If they put Goku on Gogeta's passive, then everyone would roll on that banner non-stop, endlessly. And yeah, the reason they didn't put Vegeta on that banner, at least for, well, actually, since Global doesn't have the leader skill, it wouldn't really matter. Like, I was under the impression that, you know, Vegeta wasn't on that banner because then he would go too well with Omega's leader skill, but Global was the only one that did that. And Global doesn't have the leader skills, so there's no point. Yeah, which Just Apple said might actually be accurate, because we have, well, Ent already got a Dokkan, but Strength and Agility Godkus both need a Dokkan now. Those two were some of the best Dokkan cards for a very, very, very long time, but they never actually got a Dokkan Awakening. Now would be the time to give them one, so they release, like, what's the only Godku we don't have? A Tech Godku? So they release, like, a brand new Tech Godku that you can Dokkan into something, while Dokkan Awakening both the Agility and the Strength one. And boom, there you go, next banner. That's just fanfare for the audience. Get the children involved. Like, you go to a movie, a live screen event, and it's like, Goku's gonna fuse with me? Hell yeah! Yeah, I remember that. For that short time there, everybody was like, determined that the new freaking, like, leader of the tech thing was going to be Godku. I remember that. So the thing with Godku is a little weird. I guess, like, the creators themselves, or Akira Toriyama, did something with the card itself. Because I know in the manga it's still a thing, but in the anime it's not, because Godku existed for such a short time. And then once he was replaced by Goku Blue and Vegeta Blue, you never see Godku again. It was like just a form that was like, this exists as base form God, I guess. But once you go Super Saiyan, then your hair turns blue, so we never see the red hair again. But I think a lot of people really liked that form, and they were just upset that the form just... You basically see it for the movie, and that short time in Super when they, like, recap the Beerus saga, and then that's it. It's the only time you ever see... And then after that, it's gone forever. As far as I know, Goku has never once gone to his red form of hair ever since he became Super Saiyan Blue. That wasn't, I think, in the manga. Like, the anime-wise, I've never seen it since. Y'all about to get raided? Who's y'all? Let me check around my house real quick. Everybody here? Yo! Nope, just me? Okay. And he did get the Kaioken treatment. That's probably a good way of saying it. And yes, we know he's using God in the next episode. Hence why we brought up the point they haven't used them since. Damn, people. Did you guys know the next episode he's gonna go Godku? Why do you think we're talking about it? That was the point. This entire conversation was, they haven't used Godku since, which is weird. I think people wanted to bring it back, hence why it's coming back. But thank you for the insight. I would have never known that Godku was coming back next episode without you. Also, the coping mechanism known as telling someone to chill, not a good coping mechanism. Find a different one. Yeah, no kidding. That's the whole reason we were talking about him. Guess who it is? It's the best dude too. My name is what it is because it was my old account name. Huh. But that was kind of the thing, is like, if he does come out, they'd have to Dokkan Awaken them. The reason they didn't for so long was because those two Godkus were literally the best Gokus in the game. Like, for non-Dokkan cards, they were incredible, but we've finally hit the point where they can actually have a Dokkan without breaking the game now. It's the reason they only chose the Dokkan, the Int one, because Int suffered from being subpar because it had a different passive than both Agility and Strength. While Agility and Strength have the exact same passive. In fact, they're literally the exact same card, just with different animations. That's a great point. So, earlier we were talking about they're going to switch to categories now. So if they did make a Tech Godku, thank you for rating me. But before I lose my train of thought here, so the difference is, if they make a Tech Godku, they'd have to make a category that had something to do with maybe godly power. So by that logic, it would be something along the lines that people who are deities or non-deities at this point would get the ability or the category. You kind of follow what I'm saying there? So it can't be Godku himself. Like, he can't have a category that says it's only for god leaders. It'd have to be like godly deities, things like Beerus and Whis and stuff like that. But I feel like they also wouldn't waste it for that. Oh, I had a reaction to the raid. I was just at the middle of, like, a weird tangent where I was trying to think of what a Tech Godku's leader would be. / category. At least say thank you. Okay, Mom! God key units? Yeah, that could be it. Okay. So, I don't want to sound defensive here, but help me out here a bit. Who is Enigma? Is she an Enigma? Hence the name? Viral marketing for bug spray. How little advertisers get? Wow. I don't know. Good question. Do you think they included in the category because even the Super Saiyan Blue transfer gives them key, it doesn't make them actual gods? Well, yeah, Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God, I'm assuming maybe two separate categories. And that's only because in the game itself, there's too many Super Saiyan Blues. So if they include, like, Godly Key or whatever, they can't include Blue because then it'll overshadow the Super Saiyan God immediately. I can actually see that being two separate things. Enigma's the Dokkan Battle Streamer. Gotcha. Sorry, I didn't want to be like a dick to all of you. Like, the raid's nice. I just honestly didn't know who that was. It was like, okay. Is it an Enigma? Is it like the Riddler? You have to understand, I live in a very, very tight bubble. I know like 5 people. And we all circle jerk each other all day long. What they could also do is, so the current categories, like we could use Omega, I guess, for example. They discluded Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but they included Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. You know, under the pretext that Super Saiyan 4 Goku was introduced in the Super 17 saga, but Vegeta was introduced in Omega, so he's included. When the real reason that was is because it would make the Shadow Dragon's passive so beyond broken, everyone would roll on that instead of for Gogeta, so it's always like a two-pronged effort. There's two sides to why they're doing everything. So the same side, we'll see Super Saiyan God Goku with the red hair differing from Super Saiyan God Goku with the blue hair, because they don't want them to intertwine with each other. I did not say Baby Saga, sorry. Did I say Boo? Oh, that's right, no, that's right, he did in Baby. I was thinking, fuck, I don't. He did Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the end of the Baby Saga. Super 17 was just there as a, you know, an interlude, I guess. In fact, didn't Super 17 die to Kid Goku after he, like, punched a hole in him? I doubt Enigma only streams on Twitch, considering the people who rated the channel were all talking through YouTube. You can actually see the stream yourself, like, it's pretty obvious. Your name will have, like, a little Twitch icon or a YouTube icon. I thought it was pretty, I don't know, pretty noticeable. Type out his name for me. Like, what's this Enigma? Like, type out his actual name. Don't just say Enigma. Because everybody on YouTube is named Enigma at some point. Because I may have actually seen him once. If it's who I'm thinking about. Shattered Enigma. Okay. Thank you. That part when Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks headbutts the other Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and they both look damaged, so I don't actually know which one was which. You can post a channel link, but YouTube will automatically remove links. That's just a YouTube thing. So if you post the link, it won't pop up. I think that's just an all-around YouTube thing. Just a heads up. I think Twitch are allowed to post links, but YouTube will... I know why they do it, because YouTube doesn't want, you know, people going into channels and spamming links. Hey, check out this link at blah 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 blah. You'll be able to get the best deals anywhere at yada yada huda. Are you tired of your Super Saiyan Blue Gokus flying around everywhere? I am. I don't like Super Saiyan Blue Goku anymore. Well, don't you worry. Coming up soon, we have Super Saiyan Red Goku. For all you people tired of the blue, get ready to go back to red, because look at Gogeta's shiny red hair. We gotta mark it on it fast. We are getting the Toy Stones today, but I believe it's after the 18th, so in 4 days. And that's after the Kai banners leave, because Bandai does not want people getting, you know, things for free. What they're doing is a method called basically throttling you or chokeholding you. It forces you to either buy enough stones to roll for the Kai banner now, or miss out completely. It's already worked with a few people, because people on, let's see, Reddit, Twitter, etc. have been already posting at me like, should I buy stones for the Kai banner or should I wait, blah blah blah. But if you wait, the Kai banner goes away when the stones come back, which means you can't farm them to roll for the banner. Can you play with Goku Jr. in a private server and global? It would all depend on if he's actually active in the database or not. If he's not actually active in there, no. If he is, yes. It's sort of why I think on JP and I can play with some characters like Physical King Kai and like some shit that's like in the game, but you can't actually access. And common, it's fine. I mean, honestly, I was curious who the Enigma guy was myself, so don't worry about it. I'm not trying to seem ungrateful for being rated. I just didn't know who it was. I'm like, okay. We're being invaded by Logan Paulers. Wow! That's when we all commit suicide. Wow, the bunny has just subscribed. LMAO. Well, what do you know? And Violet's Words of Wisdom to everybody. Oh, I forgot about that. It'll drop different things to the basket depending on what you do. I like how someone subs and it doesn't even make it in the middle. Oh man, I think this is also in part what I'm doing right here, what causes burnout for people. When you're fighting the same event 8 million times, trying to Dokkan Awaken a bunch of characters you want to awaken. At first it's okay, but then like the 100th time you did it, it's like, ugh, okay. Sort of why it's nice that the Super Saiyan 2 Goku and the Shen Shenron that can Dokkan in the current events only cost 21 medals rather than 35. Because as it currently stands, every main Dokkan event character, you need to do 10 times the event to get 77 medals. Then for 35, you need to do it 5 times. But for 21, you only have to do it 3. And as to why you got timed out, I have no idea. You probably pissed off one of the mods. You know, it's funny you mentioned mods. It's kind of like the big reason people mod the game to begin with. It's like, you know you can win the event, so do you want to do it 10 times? Or do you just want to mod it, get it done to get the medals to awaken the guy, and then play around your character, rather than doing the event 10 times? Oh, dude. There's more than SpongeBob live streams. Like, ever since I started, like, live streaming a lot, like, YouTube will recommend me all sorts of live streams, and I'll have anywhere between, like, it's a live stream of freaking The Simpsons, South Park, Family Guy, SpongeBob SquarePants, anime music from Nintendo or something, or music from some video game, and Dokkan especially. Dokkan will just pop up, it's like, these 40 people are now streaming Dokkan. I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but okay. Wow. Got him. I actually think some of them I had to, like, so if you click on your recommended thing, if it's showing a lot of live streams, you can be like, don't show this again. It'd be like, give us a reason, and I'd just be like, I hate this, and then typically it won't show it to me again. Or you'll make the cardinal mistake of what I did this morning was, I think somebody linked to me, like, a Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever the hell his name is, like a music video, and I clicked on it and I was reading the comments, and then I forgot the cardinal mistake of YouTube where I was on a video for longer than like 5 minutes, and like I quickly closed out of it, and then I waited like 10 minutes, opened YouTube again, and it was just nothing but recommended Jake Paul videos. I was like, why did I do this to myself? So I spent a good like hour just like, don't show this to me again, don't show this to me again. Oh, Super Saiyan, that's actually right. The 24/7 chill music, that one is good. One of them that has, like, a picture of, like, a girl with her legs up on a console and she's, like, playing a video game or something. Like, an animated image that's just going on for hours. They play some pretty good music. And there's another one where it's, like, either a guy or a girl to desk that's just, like, doing homework. That plays some pretty chill music as well. Please don't dab. Let me tell you this now, if you dab on here, you're dead. Thank God there's no video camera here to me or to you guys, so everyone's kind of safe at this point, but like, yeah, no. There comes a time that being a basic bitch reaches like an absolute pinnacle. If you start dabbing, you are the pinnacle. You are the basic of the basic bitches. Never do that. Never do that. It may seem like a funny meme to you and your friends, but trust me, you are the pinnacle of laughter to the world and everyone around you. Where do you get the agility Gotenks from? The Dokkan's from the base form agility Gotenks. Very old one. Like, in fact, it was, I think, the first Gotenks ever introduced in the game. What about Agility Gotenks? He's dabbing? He gets a pass. In fact, I Dokkaned him out of it, so he's not doing it anymore. I would put Omega, but I didn't Dokkan him. What about Super Vegeta? Is that okay? Is that okay for what now? I don't dab anymore? Oh boy. That point in life when you say, I don't dab anymore, implying that you once did. I wish I could kind of explain to people, like, I know a lot of you probably get it, but, like, it's the same thing Dokkan does. So, when a YouTuber or a popular person tells you to, hey man, donate or slash do this to my stream, and I will do something that I'm popular and known for, it's like an act and a play to make you donate money for them to do something simplistic. Like, that's what all these, like, you know, nations and join My Name Nation, or join blah 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 crew, or be a part of my insert name here, this. Every time someone says that, it's just a ploy for them to have you join their whatever, so you can, you know, or they can make money off you. And that's not to, like, say it's always bad. Like, if someone is just trying to make money off YouTube, so, like, someone has, like, I made a shirt that says whatever, you can buy this here. I can understand that, but when someone's like, hey, donate $2 to me, and every time you donate $2, I'll dab and say your name or something, that's just exploiting you for money. Yeah, join the clan. Oh my god. That would be hilarious. Not only would that get shut down so fast, but it would be really funny. You wanted part of the KKK? Join the clan today! You get these sweet ghost costumes and everything. If you wanted to be a spooky ghost, yeah! And I know it's something people, I guess, learn over time. Is, I mean, the part of exploiting people is people don't know what's wrong or why it's happening. So it takes a while for people to get it. But that's why the mass majority, like, so Jake Paul and Logan Paul, we're talking about for an example here, the mass majority of his fans are children, because children do not know any better. So they join him and they think they're a part of, like, some giant nation of people who are like, you know, I'm so cool because I subscribe to this guy and blah blah blah, but in the end it's all about, I can get a lot of money from these kids very fast because they don't know any better. I mean, hell, dude, I could do it myself, so, like, I could easily turn, like, okay, the streams I do, I could turn them into, like, the most basic bitch of streams. I could turn the entire left side of my screen into, donate now! Every time you donate blah 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 amount of money, something happens, and if you donate this amount of money, you reach the blah blah blah, then if you hit this point, you get to join my super special, secret, super ultimate, super awesome club, and if you're a part of the super secret, ultimate, super awesome club, we'll get to do a live stream personally, with me alone, and then we'll Skype, and then, I don't know, I'll take my shirt off or something, and sing you a song, and then have some one-on-one time. I bet you like some one-on-one time. Hell yeah. But, like, it's so easy to do, and that's why people do it. I have no idea if that's what Demonty does. Like, I like I say, not to be mean to people, I honestly don't watch any streamers. I stream Dokkan just because I know what to do, but typically the... Okay, so my knowledge of, like, Dokkan tubers was pretty much... When I first started playing this game, I used to work for FedEx, and I would listen to this on my phone. And this was years back, so I watched Living Ichigo before he became cancer. And then I watched Rhymestyle, as Rhymestyle basically overtook Leaving Ichigo, and then I stopped watching Dokkan YouTubers pretty much altogether. And now I just kind of watch the people on Twitter and stuff, like, you know, Rhyme and Zenrot and them, just because, not really out of necessity, but just to be nice to them. I don't actively look for, like, Dokkan YouTubers to watch. Is, I mean, there's also a point too, like, what am I going to be taught from this game? Like, I do the same, we all do the exact same thing. So you're basically watching for personalities at this point. There was a time where, like, you know, I was, like, learning things about the game. Like, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that, but, like, that doesn't really happen anymore. And I don't want to say bad things about DeMonty, because, I mean, he seems like a pretty good guy, and I honestly have no idea what he does on his streams or not, so I'll just stay mute on that point. I was just sort of using people as an example. Oh, that's actually... Okay, that is one thing I will say. Not about DeMonty himself, but the word sponsor there. So, Twitch has this... I said Twitch has subscribers. And if you subscribe on Twitch, it's like, what, you pay $5 or whatever to subscribe to someone, quotes? But in YouTube, the word is called sponsor. But I'm actually not sure if a lot of you know this or not. Sponsors aren't actually active on YouTube. You can't just sponsor to anybody. In fact, I believe you need 1,000 subs... Okay, so if you ever make a YouTube channel, they basically have a checklist for you in your YouTube button, or your, I guess your homepage. And as you get subscribers and stuff, like, shit unlocks for you. And I think it's like 1,000 subscribers will give you Super Chat. And that's sort of like the donation quotes button, but sponsors aren't actually active at all. You have to, I think, opt into being a sponsor, and then they'll check you out, and if your channel's good enough, then they give you a sponsor link, which you can then post and then have people subscribe to you, quotes again, similar to how they do on Twitch. And I think DeMonty got big enough to where he got a sponsor icon, so that's kind of why that's a thing. Because many YouTubers actually might be one of the only Dokkan ones who has a sponsor icon. In fact, I don't know of any who do. Maybe... Like, so it wouldn't really, like, apply for things like Nanogenics and Rhymestyle because they don't actually live stream, so they wouldn't have a sponsor. It's typically for people who just do mostly live streams. And the only big Dokkan live streamer I know of is DeMonty. You following? I'm assuming everyone's dead silence and shock right now. Uh-oh. I think my chat broke. Rip. Oh yeah, I'm not saying anyone's a bad person, I'm just explaining how I think it goes. I mean, if Rhymestyle and Nano both live stream, I believe... I know Nano does it on Twitch, so that's kind of why it doesn't apply to YouTube. I think you have to be an active live streamer on YouTube for it to even consider you as a sponsor. Does the living muscle, does the animated muscle actually do a lot of live streams? I know he does a couple of them, but I thought he does sort of like I was talking about before, like a lot of videos, not so much like primarily live streams. Like if you see almost every video like myself or DeMonty does is a live stream, but other people will do like a steady mix of their own videos with a live stream tossed in the middle here and there. I'm talking like it has to be like every single freaking thing you do is a live stream. Oh, and Zero, you're not wrong. A lot of the Dokkan YouTubers are huge cucks because a lot of people see how easy it is to do. Like, you could do it probably right now. Just go in and type in, like... I think you have to do it very specifically. So you have to go to, like, YouTube Gaming and then type in a branch of gaming. So go in and do something like Dokkan Battle. And you'll see, like, 50 of us. And then the people who actually get viewers will pop up, like, more near the top. So that's why you recognize their name. But you'll see, like, hundreds of people whose names you've never seen before will have, like, 0 or 1 to 2 viewers who are just trying to basically hop on the same gravy train everybody else is doing. The reason, like, I guess I got so popular in this so fast is because we're, like, I guess the Reddit I came from and the Twitter I come from, I was already, like, deeply involved with the Dokkan community as it was. I just didn't make videos before. So when I started making videos, I didn't really have to strive for views. I was like, oh, people know who I am. Boom, I get people watching. That easy. And it's sort of the struggle a lot of people will have is if You kind of have to either come from a place where people know your name already, get really, really lucky and have your video explode immediately, and then people remember you. It's like a trifecta of shit has to happen. And so many people try to, like, replicate it, but it's not going to happen unless you get really lucky. Yeah, that's exactly like people ask for shoutouts and subscribers. That's exactly. Unfortunately for them, though, those are like the bottom barrels, and they'll never go anywhere because the minute you start asking for shoutouts for subscribers and likes means you've pretty much lost. Speaking of losing, how come I can't find a single cooler, man? I saw like 10 of them a day ago, and I can't find a single one. Freaking LR Goku is ruining my day, because everybody switched to freaking Goku Jr. and Grandpa Gohan. Hey, somebody got their Angel God Q up already, though. That's pretty good. If you can't read what the stats are, it's basically +2 to ki and attack and 20% for all types. So he's a very good rainbow, I guess, welfare lead. So take all the free shit they gave you and Dokkan him out. It's well worth it. Well, he is a welfare lead, because he was given for free. That's kind of the name of the welfare. I don't know what else you want to call him. If your dad left you for KFC, you can at least, you know, be happy knowing your dad left you for some good food. Not some crappy thing like cigarettes or something. I mean, if you get a craving for KFC, I can understand. You gotta leave the house right then and there. Tell me how I just reached level 100 an hour ago and my data gets deleted because my Facebook wants to get banned? What? You want to try that again in English? Also, not to, like, I guess stomp on your accomplishment of hitting rank 100, but hitting rank 100 in Dokkan right now could probably be done in an hour? Maybe 2? Hitting rank 100 in Dokkan with triple and quad experience going on. Wow. Now if you hit rank 400 or something, yeah, now we can... something to complain about. That I can understand. Super Saiyan 3 Trashly? Poor guy. Can't catch a break no matter where he goes. Just like both my Zamasus, who are a single key away from ulting each. Good job, guys. I miss 4x. Yeah, me too. I was hoping Japan would be dumb enough to actually activate 4x XP with how far they are in the story. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. It just gave it to Global, who's like... how many chapters behind right now? So that's that much less experience you're getting. Get him, Trashly. Alright, 231's not bad. It's just... I'm not saying, I guess... how do I put this? So, like, rank 0 through 100 are super easy to get just because of the XP ratios. Everything past 100 then starts to get a lot harder because the XP ratios, like, really start evening out. Women's Rice, SN? What's SN stand for? I'm about to quit because I put money into that account over $500. Don't judge. Okay. If I ever judge you for spending money, you can call me the biggest hypocrite in the world, because what I've spent in this game would probably send people into a coma. I'm not allowed to judge people for spending money on this game. I lost that right a long time ago. I'm going to subscribe because you looked like a good YouTuber. I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. You said you're going to subscribe because I looked like a good YouTuber. So you're telling me you will subscribe because you thought I looked like a good YouTuber, but I'm not now, so you're not going to subscribe? Or you thought I was a good YouTuber, but I still am, you're still going to subscribe? Too many things. I've been watching you for so long, and my sister passed away. You were there for me. Thank you. Farewell. Goodbye. Whoa. I don't know if that's a troll or not, but I'm not going to be a dick about it, so I'm not going to say anything. I don't touch dead relatives. That's outside my ball game. On to a more active topic at hand. This Super Boo that I'm using right now, the tech one that Dokkan's, is his art that they're using for him right before he like does like a twirling attack? Because remember there was a time that Super Boo was about to attack someone and like he spun his body like into a tornado, and then he like started tornado something people. Yeah, there we go. So, like, look at that. Like, he's twisting his body like he's ready to, like, tornado attack somebody. I just don't remember at what part he did this. Yeah, I won't go political on people here, but the Columbine shooting is just some of the dumbest shit ever, because it's the greatest example of a bunch of adults not understanding anything, and just like, it's because these kids played Doom that they ran around and they shot up a whole school. It's because video games are bad. It caused, like, an enormous amount of misinformation for years. Back whenever, whatever reason, like, adults at the time had a vendetta against video games in general. God damn, that was terrible ulting all around. Ouch. The Ent Godku that came with Tech Barca? Yes, I do, because that Ent Goku is one of the best Gokus right now currently for Ent teams by a long, long, long list of, like, other Gokus. In fact, he's still top tier for that team. I believe he is actually right. He's right here, and also right here. That is true. Some of the arts originate from, like, really quick spins. It's just, it bugged me because I saw that Boo. I was like, that's when he spin attacks something. I just couldn't remember when he did that because Boo has so many goofy animations because of how flimsy his body is and how many times they draw him doing goofy things. My, look at all those Mai's. Yeah, mine needs to go home. I've actually been feeding those Ent Mai's into the waifu Mai to get that waifu Mai to SA10. It just costs a lot of money to do. Base form Goku for the Frieza arc? Well, I think that's mostly because when Goku arrived on Frieza's planet, I mean, he kicked the shit out of the Ginyu Force, then got his body stolen. In fact, that's like the only base form Goku is the stolen form of Goku, because right after he gets his body stolen, he spends all of his time in a cryogenic chamber until he fights Frieza. And then all it is him fighting Frieza until he goes Super Saiyan. I can kind of see why there isn't much of that version of Goku. While Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, and even Bulma were there from the start of the arc, basically. Mr. Popo looks kind of like a convicted pedophile. Mr. Popo suffers from blackface. Hence why he's had to been edited numerous times. He suffers from the Jinx syndrome, where they had to make him purple. What needs to happen is some of the old Dragon Ball cards need a little up. Like, I mean, how many of you even remember that some of the R Chi-Chi cards and the R Krillin cards, they doke it into their Dragon Ball counter selves? Which I used to think was really cool, but they're really bad cards now. Oh, I know Popo's not done that way intentionally. It's just Popo had the same treatment as Jinx did from Pokemon, whether it was intentional or not. That's why his color is always shaded purple now instead of like that dark black. You know what they really should do is, for a lot of the Dragon Ball cards that you can pull in the Dragon Ball banner for the World Tournaments, a lot of those should just get Dokens, like, right about now anyways. Even the SR ones, like the launch one riding a motorcycle. Some of the Bulma ones have, but I mean, Bulma was just done for sexual reasons. Because they turned Bunny Bulma into sexier Bunny Bulma, then they turned a different Bulma into a Genie Bulma, then they turned... Like, every version of Bulma in the game right now is like, even the most current one you can get, Sleepy Time Bulma. It's either got to be like the Super Saiyan allure or the sexual allure. They just won't make the card. Yeah, you know, I thought the same thing. I thought those cards doketing to their children forms were the greatest things. And for a while, it was like a good excuse to actually draw their R cards, because it's like, I almost have them in SA10, this will be awesome. But they're practically worthless, so that kind of died pretty fast. Oh shit. It's the Super Saiyan 4 team. How many ults will they counter? Probably not many. YouTube, give me the keys, you can't drive. Yeah, launch has been a decent support for that for some time, to make it even better. I just want some of the Dragon Ball characters to get some more love. Maybe the banner just needs an overhaul to begin with. Like, it's so hard for people to find the motivation to do the tournament when the reward is never worth it anymore. And it'll be on different banners later on anyway, so you have no motivation to get it. And if anything, the Piccolo, the Giant Piccolo, and the Agility Goku, who I use as my YouTube icon, they both need a Dokkan. Tell you how to reach 100 an hour because your rates gets deleted by Facebook once you get banned? I believe you told us that exact same sentence like 30 minutes ago. Unless we're getting a crazy case of deja vu here. Yeah, you know, the Agility Super Saiyan Gohan, his Super Saiyan 1 form, it was like they were starting decent rewards again because his passive was really good for super units, and then they just stopped immediately. I don't know what it is with them and not liking to give good rewards for the tournament. Maybe it's something like they don't like the fact that it's not by complete chance and people actually have a chance of getting good cards, so they want to make them subpar cards. Nice. Yeah, they did give you enough orbs, I believe, to 100% that Goku all the way. I saw that, I think, yesterday. It was like, I got all these agility orbs. I was like, did Christmas come early? And it's like, nope, use them on this Goku. I'm like, I think I'll pass. Strength Golden Warrior Gohan have the same passive. Strength Golden Warrior Gohan. I would say yes or no, I just don't know which Gohan we're talking about. That's the thing, is like, it's a good Spirit Bomb Goku, but unless you really need that freebie Rainbow League, you can use those orbs on much better cards. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Global does with the current leads. We'll see, I guess, with Super Saiyan 3, Angel, and Cooler, as both of them are inactive on Global at the moment. As with Mass Saiyan and, I think one other card. I wish this LR Goku thing would end. All I keep seeing is all the leads for the LR Goku. Is suggestion buff? What do you mean? If it's true that they made LR Goku the same as Frieza, where you can use any sort of card, I'm sure Angel Super Saiyan 3 Tech, the freebie one that everybody uses, is going to be back to being, you know, the top dog again. Because when Frieza comes around, everybody uses that card nonstop. I pulled Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on both of them. It weirds me out to say, but thank you for being a fan as well. I show my appreciation to you by blasting this kid Trunks into the moon. Your suggested Super Saiyan buff seemed fair. Oh, gotcha. Let's see. Take out Shocking Speed and replace it with Saiyan Roar, and raise his passive from 120% attack to 150% attack. If you're referring to Global, so they release it on Global, it's not because it's unfair, it's just because there's not enough cards in Global to make either of their passives work. Or I shouldn't say passives, I mean their leader skills work. I know, it is really funny. They do it subconsciously. They don't do it subconsciously, but it's more like, oh, goddammit, there's a word for it. It's like when someone whispers a term to you, but you don't really quite hear it. Or if, like, there's imagery that's, like, being shown to you, but you don't really quite notice it. I'm sure some of you know the term I'm talking about. I forgot the freaking word for it. But it's kind of that sense. It's like they're keeping that... We sexualize Pan without actually sexualizing her. Because you look at it and it's like, that seems odd, but you look at it, oh, she's just falling from the sky though, there's nothing wrong with that, but it kind of gives, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, not inferring. Subliminal advertising. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. But that's, you know, it's almost worse, because that's the thing I hate about Cauliflower and Kale as well. They are terribly written characters. They're pandering to so many audiences with those two at the same time that it's just baffling to me. They're hitting like some weird trifecta of like, okay, well, we need a... What if we had a female Broly? Okay, spot on. But now we need a suggested, but not actually true lesbian relationship. Okay, so we'll basically have two females that like each other, but don't actually like each other. So that way it takes care of like part of the gate audience as well. Now 3, we need a female Super Saiyan. Okay, well both of them can turn to Super Saiyans. Boom. And they just like hit like so many audiences with that alone. It's just like, good God. They're so badly written. Hit's an extreme type? Well, probably because he's, I don't know, a villain and not a villain at the same time. And if you're referring to the strength banner where Cabbage is the hero and, what the hell's his name? Hit is the extreme, it's because they needed to use him from the same thing. So they had to find a villain, quotes, in the Universe 6, so they went with Hit. We've been streaming for 3 hours now, or almost 3 hours. Well, the inverse of being extreme makes sense, because back then, Hit was a villain. Like, just because he was, like, you know, somewhat friends with Goku at the same time, the dude is a hired assassin who will kill anybody if paid enough money. That doesn't sound very super now, does it? And yes, they should have made a new Champa. They should have at least Dokkan the old one. Well then. I'm not exactly sure what Angel Super Saiyan Goku's talking about. Just turned into like a softcore porn out of nowhere. You should have the materials to awaken the new guy already. They were just sent to you in the box. I believe it was just his medals, and you can just Dokkan Awaken them right now. Because nothing in the game drops those medals. Like, those medals are specifically for him. Yeah, you know, of course, that's funny. It's been so long since I've watched GT, but I remember all the weird, subtle shipping they were doing with Trunks and Pan. I was like, isn't there like a near 15-something difference between the two? You didn't... I'm not sure how you can not get those medals. Like, maybe they just haven't shown up to you yet, because I'm pretty sure everybody got them. There's not like some requirement to have them, it was just a universal thing. I'm sure if you didn't get the medals, you could probably just email them or just wait maybe a day or something. Because Global and JP, as far as I'm aware, everybody got them. It was just a, you have them. I like how this stream's been going for almost 3 hours, and we may be able to Dokkan Awaken my second Gotenks. Wow. Oh, we can! Finally! Hell yeah! Alright, I'm gonna do the important one first, just because I have a Rainbow Star, and I've been waiting for this for a while. There we go. Nothing like a nice little Rainbow Star to make the day just a little brighter. If only it wasn't out of training material for everybody. Close. Almost. I've loved this new training thing so much that I am legitimately running out of training materials. I've been using it so much. I didn't think this was possible. You like boots? There you go. Have some boots. Boom. I know. It's always a great feeling when you Dokkan somebody. Especially when you can max level them immediately. Boom. So at Rainbow Star max stat, the dude has 15,900 attack. Looks like I'm rocking 15 crit and 11 auto attack. If I had a dupe, I would have probably switched it to he had a little bit more crit, but I'm not that desperate to switch it. Alright, so I need to Dokkan the Strength Gotenks, and then I guess we decided on putting Tech Vegito there, because that's the only guy I can put there. Until I can get another fusion-type character that can fill that slot. Yeah, additional attack. That's auto attack. Yeah. AA. You know what I meant. Oh, you were quite right. That's right. 15 is the highest you can get for physical, because his additional thing, I believe, is the additional attack. It all depends on the free type of item they were giving you. I didn't actually know that for a very long time. Like, I didn't realize that all end characters all got dodge, and then, like, I guess... I don't know what the other ones got, but the other 4 types each get 2 additional attack and then 2 crits. I thought it was random on everybody, but nope. Alright, Gotenks. Let's see how much stronger you are Dokkan now. I expect people dying in 1 to 2 hits. And no, Angel, Goku, people on this team want to be better than each other, because no matter who you are, it's hard to beat getting 150% to your stats. That makes you so bloated and powerful that it's really hard to, like, find another character. And I think the reason people wanted Vegito in here is because as a fusion character, he's linking with everybody and also getting, you know, the tech bonus. If it was just Angel Godku, all he'd be getting is the tech bonus, but none of the links. Also, High School D&D, I'm pretty sure that anime exists to be sexualized. That was kind of the whole point of it. Like, a lot of these animes exist in the same sense that, you know, much marketing does to begin with. They want people to watch it. So if they know a lot of young males are going to be watching something, then they'll put a bunch of hot girls in it. You know, this Ent Gogeta, he's 100% through the dupe tree as well. I just don't have the Ent orbs to finish him. He's like 85% right now. I'm slowly getting there. It's just those... Whenever you pick stats in the dupe tree, like the SA10 part of the tree, they cost a crapload of orbs, and sadly, I just don't have those orbs. Alright, is this my Gotenks attacking? Maybe? Yes, it is. Nicely done. Okay, now let's try him against the one that actually matters. Man, those poos are starting to really fill that basket. I didn't even realize how many were in there. It sort of looks like a grave of dead dogs now. Spit some bars. What the hell does that mean? I believe that would be the case, correct. Link's crit and additional attack. I just mostly thought it was because of Link's. The fact he's benefiting from Gogeta's buff or leader. Mostly those other things are kind of an afterthought because not many people are going to have their Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta through the dupe tree, at least very far. No, you don't want me to rap. Not only will it be the cringiest thing you've ever heard, you may die, and I don't want to kill anybody. The only kind of sucky thing with Gotenks is I get so much ki for him, always. I can never actually do his other additional attacks because he's just full all the time. The Pokemon rap? Dude, I could probably do the first part of it. I used to be able to do the full thing. It's like, I want to be the best there ever was, whatever it was. Shit, I wonder if I can actually still do that. I almost want to do the Poke Rap now, just because it gives me something to do. I wonder if I can actually fucking do that. Oh, I should have healed. Uh-oh. Wait, no, that's okay. I'm tech against agility. I won't die. Whew. Against type advantages, yes. That's what the Goku who's flexing, like the red one, that means type advantage would go up. So if I was to attack this Gotenks with Gogeta, yes, he would do more damage. Hey look, we got the chain of Gotenks evolutions here. We got 1 Super Saiyan, and he skipped 2, so Super Saiyan 3. Hell yeah. A very abusive relationship with your father, he called you a bitch. Well, there's one thing to think about in situations like this. Are you actually a bitch? Because if you are, your 5-year-old little brother may be onto something. Yeah, see? We have the right selections here. So they skipped Super Saiyan 2 Gotenks, so we had the full evolution chain there. Oh shit, I thought it was like one more to go. And here I was gonna get excited. I thought the agility Gotenks turned into Super Saiyan? Okay. Because doesn't the... Oh, he doesn't have the lightning, never mind. Because I always thought the lightning was supposed to indicate what a Super Saiyan 2 was. Oh shit, actually... You know what, guys? I gotta do this pull real quick. Okay!
really hope it's something great. Oh boy, don't treat me badly now. Oh, Super Saiyan 3! You know, that's gonna be something real good then. Oh man. Okay. An old man. Awesome. An old man. Okay. Oh! The same old man. Wow. Hey there. You notice the last one broke the screen, but that one didn't? Does that mean this old guy isn't as good as the last one? That one didn't break the screen either. But why does some break the screen and oh! That one broke the screen! You see? It's a little... This one broke the screen too! Oh, but that one didn't. You notice it'll do that in your actual normal pulls sometimes too? It'll break the screen, but then sometimes it won't. Isn't that kind of the whole point of the SSR, is to always break the screen? You SA10 and older. That's actually a good point. Let's see what happens if you do that. Actually, I don't think you can do that. Can you even train them? Yeah, you can't train them. They're considered, like, I guess, done from the start. Sharing accounts, awesome. I always love when people think that showing your name somehow means you're going to steal this account. Actually, I used to actively offer this as an open challenge. If someone can hack this account, you can have it. Because I know you can't. That was just a rumor started by living dumb shit like freaking eons ago that was always false. But you know how people are. Trying to think who I want to toss these Kais into real quick. I may give him the Kid Buu, just maybe. Yeah, we're not giving him the Shugesh. I may actually give him the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because I think he's the only one that I've sort of neglected on this account. I know, it's the dumbest thing ever. I don't know why that rumor got started eons ago, and I wish it would die already. Why did I max out Zamasu? Because it's for free? He's got a farmable SA. Why would I not max him out? Oh, the rumor that if somebody sees your name, they can take your account. If you use logic, you'd realize how absolutely ridiculous that is, but look where we are. If I can't find an Omega, I'll just use a Goku versus a Goku. Wow, well, there's a strange one. How many times have you seen this Super Saiyan Vegeta, the one from the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta event, as a leader? Wow, I don't think I've ever seen it as a leader. I wonder if this team is decent enough to do this. I feel like this team may not be strong enough to beat this Goku. If I use the Heroes team, yes. This team, probably not.
If I could make one card, what would it do? That's a great question. There's enough cards now that you could make a variety of things, really. I mean, I couldn't just really narrow it down to a single thing. I think a lot of this Gogeta fight comes down to if you're Gogeta, if you're using him, actually counters back his ultimate. Nice. That's a 2.3 million crit. Hell yeah, little dude. Nobody's talking, man. You're the only one talking. There's something about the fact that it forces you guys to talk in spaces that just makes it so funny. I don't know why YouTube does that, but man, it's intentionally the greatest thing it's ever done. Even when people are super, super serious about things, when it forces everyone to talk in spaces like that, it just ruins whatever anyone's saying. It could be the meanest, harshest thing in the world. It just doesn't have any effect when it's in spaces. Even Dragon Ball Super would you fuck, including between probably Cauliflower, without a doubt. She may be a horribly written character, but that bitch is hot. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Like, that's gonna be on Vegito, too. Uh-oh. Thank goodness we have 333,000 HP. If that's not broken, I don't know what is. I was kind of hoping Gogeta would kind of like just one-shot the guy, but so far, not quite seeing that yet. There it is. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we won't be getting those. It's guitar rip time. You know stuff's getting serious. Dude, how many times is this guy attacking on this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times? Okay. Like... You know what? I'm gonna let my Gogeta try to counter all those Gogetas. It's okay, Ningen, calm down. Like I'm saying, like, I'm not sure if you're fighting with people or not, but since your words are all spaced out, it looks really silly. supreme slut. Ooh, that was our Gogeta, okay. Not bad, though. You know, as that, our Gogeta was only taking 42 hits from this dude. Not bad at all. Give them the surprise? I like it. Maybe don't lick the side of their face, though. So you walk up to a fat, greasy nerd and you lick the side of his face. I mean, do you really want to do that? Damn. That's with a half Dokkan team, Jesus. I mean, the other Gotenks Dokkan aren't going to do that much damage, but good lord. When I fought Gogeta the day he came out, he killed the teams I had without effort, and now we just nuked him to the sun. You knew that could. Aw, don't be mean to Angel. He's cute. He's cute to all of us. Everybody's cute in the inside. I mean, to be frank, if Gogeta died as fast as he did, I really doubt Omega's gonna do anything. What's worse for Omega, too, since he's weak to the GT link, if I came in here with any of the other Gokus or Vegetas that were part of GT, he'd be dead in an instant. Everybody can be cute. That way, everybody wins. Oh, Senshin Rod, 2-shot. Alright. Yeah, because his agility form is going to do so much better. Alright, so it wasn't 2-shot, it'll be 3-shot, but same rule applies. Oh, bye. Omega may... it really depends if I crit or not, but I don't think he's going to really survive much better. If Gotenks crits, it'll still end in the first turn. Damn. I was really hoping to keep that going the whole way. It's kind of interesting watching them fight. Loki Savage has a point. I'm not sure if Baron would do that, I'd hope. Oh shit, the Ganondorf music's turning on. When people make villain music, is there like a pamphlet you read that says you have to have an organ in the background somewhere? There's probably worse things parent can do, but as in terms of what he mentioned there, if a parent comes to a class and beats their children in front of everybody, well, one, you may have Child Protective Services calling you. Two, the kid who got beaten up probably will never be able to live that down because everyone will be making fun of them until the end of time. Ooh, it's rude to call someone a lesbian. Okay. I wonder which of the characters on the screen right now is a lesbian. I wonder if is it Omega Shinron? Is he considered a female? Does it even have a gender? Crud, I'm too famous. Wow. I'm not... Did Omega even put up a fight? Jesus. Well, good fight, dude. Oh my god, somebody tried that on me in school once. I remember that a long time ago. Someone came up to me and was like, "Hey man, are you a lesbian?" I'm like, ha ha ha, because I'm a guy that likes girls, so technically, would you be like... At the time, it was like middle school, so I was like, I don't know how you're supposed to answer that. Oh, but anyways, I think after 3-something-and-a-half hours, we're all tired, so I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. I tokened the Gotenks I want, so that was good. It was nice talking with all of you for the last 3-something hours. But, until next time, stay beautiful and all that jazz, and I will see you then. Goodbye now.